Final game before Christmas for COC, looking to stay hot on their home floor and pick up their 5th home win of the season and get back above 500, taking on the West Hills Lemoore Golden Eagles here at the Cougar Cage on a Tuesday night in Santa Clarita. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Robinson. Glad to have you along with us as always here on the Cougar Sports Network. Our final game before the Christmas break, our final game before the Cougar Holiday Classic here on the 28th and the 29th of December. So we'll get one more basketball game in before then. And for COC and Howard Fisher in his 22nd season as the Cougars head coach, trying to find a little winning streak. The Cougars have only had a winning streak of 2 games one time this year, and that came all the way back in the early part of the year, first 2 games of the year, when they beat Cuyamaca and Oxnard to take the Clash at Canyons tournament for the 3rd straight year. So you're looking for back-to-back wins for the first time in quite a while. It's been kind of an up-and-down season for COC. The bad news, no win streaks more than 2 games. The good news is no losing streaks larger than 2 games. You look at the record so far for COC, 5-5 on the year, 4-1 here at home. Over the last 4, they've traded wins and losses. They lost to Long Beach here at home, 86-83. Lost to Cypress, 60-58. But they had wins over San Diego Mesa here at home, 90-82, and a win against Rio Hondo in their last game, 95-88. So you talk about up and down, kind of trying to figure things out still for COC at 5-5, and really, it's just kind of a question mark right now for them is what kind of team are they? They've shown flashes of being a very high-powered offense. We look at the roster, we look at the offense this year. The Cougars 4-1 when they scored over 85 points in a game this season. The only time they lost was that game, or over 80 points a game this season, we should say. The only loss was to Long Beach, that 86-83 loss. Just 1-4 when scoring below that this year. And so the Cougars, when they can score, they win games. They've done a very good job. You look 26th in the state in points per game at 80.3, 18th in the state in field goal percentage at 47.2, 5th in the state in three-point percentage at 38.9. But there's times where the offense just kind of falters and slips away. And you look, the Cougars just 1-4 when they score below 80 points this year. So that's kind of the number. That's kind of the mark that they're looking to get to is 80. On the flip side, kind of got to try and figure out a way to keep the other team below 80, as that's been kind of their Achilles heel on the offensive side. Cougars just 3-3 in 6 games this year when the opposition has scored 80 or more points. So it's kind of a question mark for COC which side on the offense is going to show up, and can they get stops on the defensive side? The defense this year, 71st in the state, 77.6 points per game against, and the opponents are shooting 45% from the field, which is 78th worst in the state. So you're talking about having some trouble on the defensive side for COC, while the offense has kind of been hit or miss when they are on. It's very good, and it's likely due to a lot, or the top 4 guys in the roster, Dylan Barrientos, Andrew Henderson, Jimmy Galgano, Jonah Alfara. They've been the leaders this year offensively, all averaging in double digits this season for COC. You look at Barrientos, 18.2 points per game, leading the way for the Cougars. Oh, by the way, he's 16th in the state in minutes played per game, averages 33.1 minutes per game. So Dylan always on the floor, always running the point, can score, slashes to the basket very well. He's shooting the 3 a lot better this year than he started, now up to 42% from 3, or 43% from 3, we should say. Andrew Henderson, second on the team in points per game, 15.5 points per, shooting 45% from the floor. He's come off the bench for the majority of the season this year, kind of a change from last year where he was a starter, but coming off the bench, he's kind of been a nice little look as the number 2 guy down the middle, can handle the ball really well, and it makes an interesting dynamic coming off the bench in terms of matchups on the opposition. Then you talk Jimmy Galgano. He's been good picking up where he left off last year, averaging almost 12 points per game, shooting 42% from 3. When he can get going, he is a very tough player to stop and can shoot the ball, spot up, shoot very well for COC. And then Jonah Alfara, the freshman out of Stevenson's Ranch, California, West Ranch High School. He's been a nice addition. Kind of came out of nowhere, but plays on the inside, gives the Cougars that inside presence, averages almost 12% from the field, which is 3rd best in the state, and all of those coming from inside the three-point arc. I don't think he's taken a three-point shot this year, and if he has, he hasn't made it, but he is pretty good down inside the painted area from the block extended. It's been very good, averages almost 9 rebounds per game. So Alfaro has been a nice addition for the COC lineup. The question comes after that, who is going to step up? Dylan Griffin, Quincy Arms, Justice Harper, all guys that have been in and out of the starting lineup, and none of them can really get going Same thing, Isaiah Ortega, another one that's kind of been in and out of the lineup. Jacob Gonzalez in and out of the starting lineup. Only Quincy Arms averaging over 5 points a game. So you got to look to those guys, if you're COC, to step up a little bit, take some of the pressure off your top four, and give you some depth off the bench as we continue on into the season. On the other side for West Hills Lemoore, they've kind of cooled off after what was a really, really hot start for Jovan Joe's squad, his first year as the head coach. They started off the season 6-2. They opened their first 2 games with losses, but then went on a 6-game winning streak from sorry, I got lost in my train of thought. From November 8th to November 30th, they went on that 6-game winning streak. But they've only had 1 win since, just 1-4 since December 1st. So the first month of the season, really strong for West Hills Lemoore, who sits at 7-6 right now. But the last month has been tough. It's been a 3-man show for them. Damari Tate averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. The sophomore guard out of Los Banos, California, in his second season with West Hills Lemoore has done a really good job on the offensive side, setting the pace and dishing the ball out. 4th best in the state in assists with 77, 29th in the state defensively in steals, and he's only averaging about 2.1 turnovers per game, so his turnover to assist ratio is top 40 in the state of California. Then Kayshawn Basley with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a freshman, and Jalen Walton, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, have added in nicely for West Hills Lemoore, giving them kind of a 1-2-3 punch. Tate kind of the one that sets the table, the other 2 the ones that finish it off, as they've done very, very nicely for themselves. You look, Basley, 6th in the state in free throw percentage, I should say, 92.9% from the line. 45th in the state in field goals made, 69 of them this year. He's done a good job defensively as well. You look, 36 steals this year. That's 5th in the state of California. For Walton, field goals, 85 this year. That's 21st most in the state of California. He's also 5th best in the state in threes. He's knocked down 44 three-pointers this season. 12th best in the state in assists, 68. So those 3, when they're on the floor together, really make it tough on the opposition, have played very, very well together. Outside of that, it's kind of a question mark for West Hills Lemoore. Who else is going to step up? Can DJ Torrance and Isaiah Jones kind of be a factor? Those are their next 2 on the list when you look at them. Both under 10 points a game, but both have the ability to score. When you look at Torrance this year, he's got 6 games with 10 or more points. He's done a very nice job. Isaiah Jones, another guy, 7 games with 10 or more points. Both had 6-game streaks of 10 or more points through the first few games of the season, but have kind of cooled off, and that's kind of part of the reason why West Hills Lemoore has cooled off as well. So for the Golden Eagles, trying to find a way and pick up a win, just 1-2 on the road this year, but they do have the recent history on their side. Last time these 2 teams met, about a year ago, up in West Hills Lemoore. Canyons got 18 points from Dylan Barriento, 17 from Andrew Henderson in the game, and 13 from Jimmy Galgano, but West Hills Lemoore had 4 starters with over 19 points. They were able to pick up the win 90-86. We'll see if the Cougars can get a little revenge on their home floor when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Welcome back into the Cougar Cage as we get set up. College of the Canyons and West Hills Lemoore here on a Tuesday night in Santa Clarita. As the Cougars starting lineup about to come out on the floor. For COC starting on point guard spot, Jacob Gonzalez. Quincy Arms, the other guard. Then Andrew Henderson, who kind of is a 3, maybe 4, but he plays in a guard spot. Dylan Barrientos, same thing, kind of can play 1, 2, 3. He's in the other guard spot as well. And then Jonah Alfara, who's the lone forward on the floor for COC. Alfara this year, the freshman out of West Ranch High School, averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist and a half per game. Has been a nice surprise coming into the lineup for COC. On the other side, Damari Tate, as we talked about in the pregame show, getting the start, averaging 11 points per game at a guard spot for West Hills Lemoore. Then Kason Baisley, averaging about 14 and a half out of Victorville, California, or Victorville High School, Victor Valley, California. Then Kayvon Reagan getting the start out of Mount Dorel, Florida, averaging just about 7 points a game. Jose Martinez out of Kingsburg High School in Kingsburg, California, averaging 8 points a game. And Isaiah Jones, the other guard, averaging 8.8 points per game out of Grandview, Texas, getting the start. So small lineups on both sides, as it looks like it'll be Alfara and Martinez to jump for the open here. COC West Hills Lemoore, Tuesday night final game before Christmas. Final game for COC, tuning up for the Cougar Holiday Classic coming up on the 28th and the 29th of December here at the Cougar Cage. Mount Sac, LA Trade Tech, and Orange Coast College will all be in town for that one as well. As Alfara wins the opening tip, the Cougars will start with the basketball as we are underway here at the Cougar Cage. Gonzalez starting with the ball. Will swing it to the near side. Alfara just outside the three-point line. Will get it to Barrientos on the wing. He'll put up a 3 and knock it down. First shot of the game knocked down by Barrientos is a 3. And the Cougars with an early lead. So Barrientos, who's been very good from 3 this year, 43.8% from downtown, is 42nd best in the state of California in three-point shooting percentage. Starts off hot with a three-pointer. On the other side, West Hills Lemoore in those blue uniforms moving to our right here in the first half. They get it inside. Martinez tried to get around a body and missed, but then a foul coming back as trying to get to the basket was Reagan, and he will get to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes against Jacob Gonzalez. His first foul, first whistle of the ball game. So Reagan, the freshman shooting guard out of Mount Dorel High School, shooting 66% from the line this year. Knocks down the first for the Golden Eagles this year as a group, 4th best in the state in terms of free throw percentage, 77%, which is still kind of low when you think about things. You'd want to hit about 80% of your foul shots as Reagan makes both. So it's a 1-point game. But the state kind of down on the free throw percentage this year as you talk about 77% being 4th best. As here's Barrientos grabbed, trying to work around off the screen. Foul going to go against Baisley here, his first foul. It's on the floor, so the Cougars will inbound from just in front of the West Hills bench. COC in their white uniforms attacking to our left here in the first half. Arms will bring it in here for COC. They'll get it inside to Alfara. Alfara really good from the block extended. Does a good job of getting to the basket, but just missed it with the left hand. Was trying to draw a foul. Had some good back pressure from Isaiah Jones. And back the other way comes the Golden Eagles. Inside pass. Good dish that time from Baisley to find Martinez, who lays it in. And West Hills Lemoore with their first lead of the ball game at 4-3. Arms need to be careful there. Almost took a couple extra steps. A blocking foul going to be called down low, and Alfara, I believe it's going to be a shooting foul here, will get himself to the line. Foul goes against Jose Martinez. So that'll be his first, second on West Hills Lemoore, and that'll put Alfara to the line. Alfara 48.5% this year from the foul line. Knocks down the first to even it up at 4-all. It's one of the only downsides to his game so far this year is the foul shooting, but he hits them both, and the Cougars back with a 5-4 lead. COC comes out in kind of a soft full press here. Almost a double dribble that time on Baisley. Was trying to pass it, instead put it on the floor. Got it into the corner, three-pointer, knocked down. Good shot from Isaiah Jones down in the corner. We talked about Jones in the pregame show. Him and DJ Torrance kind of being guys that COC needs to, or excuse me, West Hills Lemoore needs to get going, as they've kind of averaged under 8 points a game this year, but can score in the double digits when they get the opportunities. Here's Henderson for the first time today at 3, no good. Board ripped down by Quincy Arms, and the Cougars are going to reset. Barrientos slashing in, steps back, jumper from the top of the key, no good. Off the back of the rim, and back the other way come the Golden Eagles. So we talked about Jones, we talked about DJ Torrance being two guys that West Hill Lemoore needs to get going. Jones with a three-pointer on their last possession, has them with a 2-point lead. So here's Baisley, been quiet so far, tries to work off the pressure. Cougars switching everything right now in his own defense. Three-pointer from the other corner this time by Jones is good, and it's a 5-point West Hills Lemoore lead here early on in the first half. Alfara stops up in an area he's not used to being in beyond the three-point line. Spins into the lane, kicks it back, wing three. Henderson way too much on it. Almost went over the back of the rim. And back the other way come the Golden Eagles. A 5-point lead. West Hills Lemoore with a couple of 3-point shots from Jones. We talked about the Golden Eagles being good for three. Jones with his third straight back-to-back corner threes from Isaiah Jones, and a timeout on the floor. A full timeout called by Howard Fisher. We talked about it pregame. West Hills Lemoore first in the state in three-point shooting percentage, 41.2%. They knocked down a few. They've got a 13-5 lead as we'll take a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network.
The future is yours, so let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Reset your career and get back to work quickly. Go to college for $46 per unit, 0 textbook cost class options, and apply for your share of financial aid. With convenient class times, flexible on-campus or online options, and free tutoring, the future is yours at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Welcome back inside the Cougar Sports Network. We continue first half action. COC West Hills Lemoore 13-5 lead for the Golden Eagles. They are on a nice little run right now against COC. Call it an 11, make it 12, 13-point run. That's a 10-point lead here for the Golden Eagles. It's that time coming on a fast break, getting a bucket. COC needs to try and do something out of the timeout. A little sloppy, but Henderson gets it inside, and Gonzalez with his first bucket of the day breaks a 13-1 run. Golden Eagles rolling here. Isaiah Jones with 9 points already in the ballgame. 3 for 3 from downtown here early on. West Hills Lemoore's only missed one shot so far today. We talked about a very efficient team coming into the game, and they stayed efficient here. That one just a wild shot from Reagan. Pulled down by Henderson, ahead to Arms, stops at the block, tries to draw contact, but the basket's not going to count as he shuffled his feet right at the block. Traveling called against Quincy Arms. The Cougars will make their first substitution of the day. That's Gonzalez off the floor, Dylan Griffin coming in. Yet to see Jimmy Galgano, who's coming off the bench here today for COC. So here goes Baisley. We'll send it towards Jones, who's been hot here early on. He'll put up a three. That one was an air ball short. And back the other way comes COC. Barrientos ahead. Henderson wanted a Euro step in the lane. He's going to be called for a charge. Never really had control of the basketball that time and just kind of ran right into his man, was trying to refine the ball. And so an offensive foul against COC and a substitution coming here is Jimmy Galgano. Going to bring Andrew Henderson off the, actually it's going to be Quincy Arms. He appointed it Henderson at first, but it's going to be Arms here. So the Cougars now with their top four scorers on the floor in Galgano, Barrientos, Henderson, and Alfara. Chasing 8 at the moment, 15-7 in favor of West Hills Lemoore. 15:55 to go here in the first half, if you're just joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. Baisley will start the point. He'll send it to the far side. Martinez will work it up top to Tate. Now back to Baisley into Martinez, working against Alfara. Cougars double him here. Tried to dribble into the lane, and a blocking foul going to be called against Alfara, I believe, down low. She might be against Dylan Barrientos here, and it is. It's first on Barrientos. Fourth foul on COC, or third foul on COC. So it gives West Hills Lemoore a fresh 20 to go to work. Here's DJ Torrance running the point for West Hills. He'll start to move to his left on a little crossover dribble. Step back jumper, partially blocked by Henderson. Good job by Henderson to come out and challenge that time. He's been very good on the block front this year. We looked at the numbers going into the game as a jumper from Galgano is good. The Cougars back within 5. We're talking about Henderson blocks this year, 12 of them coming into the game today, 47th in the state coming in. Add another one to that list, give him 13 now on the season. So go back to Torrance. Torrance will put up a 3, altered by Henderson. Rebound Galgano, runs it back up the floor, stops beyond the three-point line, dumps it inside Alfara. Kicks back Barrientos, three-pointer from the wing, too strong. Tip rebound came out to Griffin. Into the corner, Henderson drives baseline, wanted to slip it underneath, and Alfara just wasn't ready for it, went right through his hands. And West Hills Lemoore back the other way. Talked about the Golden Eagles being very good from the floor this year. 11th best in the state, 48.3% from the floor. As an offensive foul that time, going to be called against Amari Tate. Good job to draw it from Alfara as he's able to step in the lane, keep his feet locked down. The Cougars will inbound from just in front of their own bench. So far in the game for the Golden Eagles, shooting 50% from the floor, 5 of 10. COC 3 of 9. Just 2 of 5 from 3. That's kind of the difference here early on in a 5-point game. Barrientos into Henderson at the elbow. He'll try and back it down. Works with his right hand, throws one up and gets it in. That's where Henderson's really good. We've talked about his three-point shooting so far this year has increased, shooting 35% from downtown. But when he can get inside, use his big body to muscle his way in there, he's a very tough man to handle down low. Three-pointer from Baisley is good. And the continued hot three-point shooting, 4 of 6 from downtown for West Hills Lemoore. And they stretch the lead back up to 6. Missed jumper from Griffin that time. Stretch the lead back up to 6. Missed jumper from Griffin that time. West Hills Lemoore will bring it back up the other way. There's Baisley working against Barrientos. Cougars now in a man-to-man defense. They were switching everything off for a while, but now moved to that man-to-man. Good work from West Hills Lemoore to get it around the perimeter. Baisley, three-pointer from the corner. No, missed off the heel of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Reagan. He backs down Alfara and throws it into the bucket. Back to an 8-point lead for the Golden Eagles here. It's Reagan now with 4 in the ball game. The Cougars need to try and get something going offensively right now, trailing by 8. Kind of been out of sync. Galgano, corner 3, good. Good shot from Jimmy Galgano. And maybe that's something that'll get COC going here. Gets it back to a 5-point game. Just the 3rd three-pointer of the ball game for COC. As we are just early on. 12:55 to go here in the first half. 20-15 in favor of West Hills Lemoore. Good bounce pass from Baisley. Reagan dumps it off inside, but a travel going to be called against Martinez down low. And a turnover against the Golden Eagles, and we'll see some substitutions here from COC. Just checking into the game, Mason Savory along with Quincy Arms coming back in as they'll get Henderson and Alfara substitution. Isaiah Jones coming back onto the floor to take over for Martinez. Just the first turnover of the ball game on West Hills Lemoore. Cougars with 2 so far here early on. Galgano thought about a 3. Instead will dribble inside. Now Arms will put up a wing 3 short. Griffin couldn't pull down the rebound. Does a good job inside to tip it away from him by Ryan Chavez. And back the other way comes West Hills Lemoore. Jones with a layup that was just a little bit short off the glass. And the Cougars an easy rebound back the other way. Savory will put it on the floor, wanting to go baseline. Now we'll try and back Reagan down. We'll send it over to the far side. Griffin trying to drive, gets tripped up. A foul going to be called against Chavez. Just the 3rd foul on the Golden Eagles here early on. Actually, scratch that, make it the 4th. As the board ticks ahead. The Cougars will inbound from the baseline underneath the West Hills Lemoore basket with 12-11 to go here in the first. Barrientos works it into Arms, who's been cold so far and misses another one. Arms now so far in the ball game 0 for 3 from the floor. Travel going to be called back up the floor on the Golden Eagles, so another turnover here. The Cougars will get the ball back. Full court pressure this time from Baisley on Barrientos, trying to make sure he can't get it up across the timeline easily. Does anyway, gets it over to Arms, who will work to his left into the middle of the floor, stops it up, sends it to Barrientos, corner to Galgano. 3-pointer is good with a hand in his face. Galgano matching Isaiah Jones. He's already got 9 in the ball game, 3 for 3 from downtown, and the Cougars are back within 2. So we talked about Galgano being a nice addition off the bench. He started most of the year, but coming in off the bench today is another travel going to be called. Back-to-back possessions with traveling called against Reagan here. The Cougars will get the ball back. Barrientos coming off the floor. Jacob Gonzalez coming in. And this is where COC's had trouble this year. When the first unit off the floor, second unit out there, it's kind of when things have gone awry this year. So you're asking the second unit to put in some good minutes here with 3 of your top 4 scorers on the bench right now. As Gonzalez, a turnover, just telegraphed the pass, was trying to get it inside to Galgano. Cougars, though, take it right back the other way. Galgano right into the paint, missed on a little layup, but Griffin able to pull down the rebound, and now the Cougars have a chance to try and reset. Galgano sends it over to Arms. Now Gonzalez. As Howard Fisher barking out instructions from the COC sideline. Gonzalez, Galgano. Travel going to be called against Galgano. Never put the ball on the floor before he moved his feet. So sloppy on both sides. It's a 2-point game. 10:48 to go here in the first half. West Hills Lemoore with a 20-18 lead in the basketball. Damari Tate, 3rd highest scorer on West Hills Lemoore this year, is going to be called for another offensive foul. 2nd time today. Tate's been called for an offensive foul. Little arm bar while he's trying to work with the basketball as he's got pressure on him. And actually, excuse me, that went against Reagan. I pointed initially at Tate, but the official then called it against Reagan. So just a moving screen, I believe, maybe. So either way, 20-18, COC back with the basketball. Savory gonna put up a 3-pointer, and he knocks it down. Savory, who doesn't shoot a lot from 3, but has been pretty efficient, 42% from downtown, knocks one down. And the Cougars back with a lead at 21-20, their first lead since a 3-2 lead early on in the ballgame. Jones trying to drive, dumps it off Martinez at the elbow, puts it on the floor, gets a couple of bodies in the air, and gets an easy lay. So we trade leads back and forward, a 1-point lead for each side. Griffin, early shot clock 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound fought for and pulled down by Baisley, who just skies over everybody. And quickly outlets back the other way. Torrance. Head to Tate. They work for Tate. Tate misses a jumper from about 20. And then an offensive or defensive foul going to be called against Galgano here on the rebound as he knocked over Martinez. It's a tough foul to take. As it's really just a battle for the basketball, and Galgano just kind of ran into him a little bit too much. Kayvon Reagan will check back in, take over for Kayshawn Baisley. Jonah Alfaro back into the game to take over for Savory, who puts in some decent minutes and puts up a 3. It's a 1-point West Hills Lemoore lead. Jones trying to swing it inside. Good defense by Alfaro to knock it away. The Cougars quickly in transition. Arms, a layup, no good as it was defended coming back. And the Eagles back the other way in transition. Torrance, misses on a wild layup, and the Cougars will run transition back the other way. And a foul going to be called as Gonzalez going to get himself to the line. It's a little wild from each side. First it was Arms driving, had his shot altered on a layup. Then it was DJ Torrance just with a wild layup trying to run it right into the paint on transition back the other way. And then Gonzalez wild as well, but was able to get himself to the line as the body control on Reagan was not there. So Gonzalez, a 66% foul shooter, will knock down the first and even the game at 22 all. Quincy Arms back off the floor. Andrew Henderson back in. You can check Ryan Chavez back in as well as they get DJ Torrance off the floor due to West Hills Lemoore. Gonzalez, his season high this year is 6. Has 3, now make it 4 at the ball game. Season high came all the way back on November 16th against Santa Barbara. Again, that's been kind of the problem for COC this year is when the bench gets onto the floor, things kind of get out of hand, but the bench putting in some good minutes here. Good layup that time from Martinez, just was able to power through the block of Gonzalez. The Golden Eagles back with a 1-point lead, 24-23. Galgano inside Alfaro, who's been quiet, little scoop shot with the left, wanted a foul, didn't get it. Alfaro 0 for 2 from the floor so far. His 2 points came off the foul line. Three-pointer from the corner, no good from Tate. Griffin with a long rebound will run it ahead. COC will set up a half-court offense. Here's Griffin working to his right off the screen of Alfaro. Foul line jumper, short the whole way. Pulled down by Martinez. Outlet to Jones, throws it ahead, but out of the reach of Tate. Kind of a wild baseball pass. That's the second time we've seen Isaiah Jones trying that one-hand over-the-top pass, and both times it's resulted in a turnover. Won by some good defense from COC, that time just an errant throw. With 8:30, the Cougars go back with the basketball as Dylan Barrientos back into the ball. Alfaro, wing with the three-point ball, will instead send it over to Henderson. Alfaro not much of a threat to shoot, and I think West Hills Lemoore knows that. Offensive foul going to be called against Henderson. As Martinez had his feet planted, was outside the restricted area, draws the offensive foul. And for Henderson, that's his second in the ballgame, 5th on COC. So 8:10 to go here in the first half. 24-23 West Hills Lemoore. A little sloppy from both sides at times. Either side has really had the better of it. West Hills Lemoore at one point had a 10-point lead, but the Cougars able to storm back and get back tight. So here's Martinez spun into the lane. Wanted to get it to Reagan. Cougars were there to try and defend. Takeaway for COC that time. So go back to work on the offensive side. 3 of the Cougars starters back on the floor, or 2 of the Cougars starters back on the floor as Henderson back off with 2 fouls. The Cougars brought in Menego. Three-pointer, Galgano is good. Galgano now leading the way with 12 points. 4 for 4 from 3, 4 for 5 from the floor. Timeout called by West Hills Lemoore with 7:33 to go. The Cougars out in front. Here on the Cougar Sports Net. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub Or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
26-24, COC out in front. 7:30 to go as West Hills Lemoore with the basketball out of the timeout. We'll go back to work. The Cougars with a hot start from Jimmy Galgano. 4 from 5 from the field, 4 for 4 from downtown. Offensive foul called against Barrientos. And the Cougars just have not done a good job getting to the bucket. Credit West Hills Lemoore, especially on the defensive side. Jose Martinez has been very good down low, taking charges here early on. It's got to be already the 4th or 5th offensive foul on COC. 6th foul in total on the Cougars. It was both teams with 6 here, and Barrientos now with 2 fouls off the floor. So you look, Henderson and Barrientos each with 2 fouls. Those are your 2 leading scorers on the season for COC. Likely be on the bench for most of the rest of the first half. Martinez into the paint, dumps it off. Reagan, double team, put it off the glass and good. Had Menego behind him, had Alfaro in front of him, just muscled through both as he went up. And evens the game at 26 all. Here's Gonzalez back into the game for COC, working on the offensive side. Works to his left, drops it off to Galgano. Stops the dribble, gets it to Menego, who thought about a 3. Instead will put it on the floor, cuts it back to his left, drops it for Gonzalez, kicks it over to Alfaro with 5 to shoot, gets into the paint, needs to put one up, does with the left hand, banks it off the glass and good. So Alfaro, his first field goal of the ball game. The Cougars back with a 2-point advantage. Martinez inside working against Alfaro. Will kick it back out. Jones, who's been hot from 3, that time missed it short off the front of the rim, but Martinez pulls down the board. Tate will drive into the paint, swings it over Martinez, thought about a 15-footer, instead will stop it up. Kicking it back outside to Kayvon Reagan. Reagan, Menego closing out on him. They'll kick it over. Baisley, 3, strong. Alfaro tipped the rebound off the rim and back to himself. And the Cougars go back the other way with 5:40 to go and a 2-point lead. Menego with the basketball for COC. Now Griffin dumps it inside Alfaro. He'll catch, go back to work with 3. Little spin with the left hand again. Last time it worked off the glass. This time it doesn't go, but the Cougars will get the ball back as it goes out off of West Hills Lemoore. Griffin coming off, arms coming back in. Clock ticked an extra second off, so I think we've got to reset it at 5:08. So that's what we're waiting on here. Something to reset one of the clocks. Thought I saw a second tick off. And it was actually a bunch of seconds tick off. As you look, it's now 5:15 on the game clock. West Hills Lemoore will bring in Daniel Bennett for the first time today as they take Martinez off the floor. Menego over to Galgano, trying to stay hot from 3s. Fouled, though, on the closeout from Reagan. Galgano will go to the line for 3 shots here. So the only miss from 3 comes on a foul, so it won't go against him. And Jimmy Galgano will go to the line for 3 foul shots here. Galgano this season, 71% from the line. 4 straight games now in double figures for Galgano. This is his 7th game with 10 or more points this year. As he's doing it off the bench, give him 13 to lead all scorers on the floor. Jones, who started red hot for West Hills Lemoore, 3 of 5 from the floor with 9 points. Then Reagan with 6, Martinez with 6, and Baisley with 5. Those are your only scorers for West Hills Lemoore, as Galgano misses the 2nd of the 3. Galgano with 13, then Gonzalez and Alfaro with 4, Barrientos and Savory with 3, Henderson with 2. And that's who's got points for COC here with 5:10 to go in the first half. It's Alfaro off the floor, Savory coming back in. Galgano going to try and make it 2 of 3. This has been a struggle for COC this year, the line. 70% from the line as a group, 33rd in the state. It's kind of bit them in the hind parts late in games. As a whistle for a foul. Foul going to be called against Menego here. Gonzalez went down. Okay, so now we've got to solve this here. And it was against Menego. So now the officials want to talk about it here. They look like they're putting Keyshawn Baisley at the line. And they actually gave, wow, they gave the foul to Jimmy Galgano here. Galgano was nowhere near the ball. So we're in the bonus. We'll shoot 1 and 1. It should have been a foul on either Gonzalez or Menego. Those were the two near the ball. First of the 1 and 1 is missed by Baisley, so Cougars catch a break with a 4-point lead here. They'll go back to work on the offensive side. Menego, wing 3, no good, rattled in and out. Good tip, rebound that time by Savory. Got it to Arms, but he missed it short, trying to rise up over a couple. But a turnover by Jones, dumps it inside. Galgano misses on the layup. And then a foul going to be called against Menego, 75 feet away from the basket. And it's going to send West Hills Lemoore back to the line. It's going to send Jones back to the line. So the Cougars should have got a bucket there. Either Arms or Galgano, both with layup opportunities, couldn't finish. Instead, off the 1 and 1 on the other side. Offensive board pulled down by Bennett, but he missed. And the Cougars catch another break and stay with a 4-point lead. 4.5 to go here in the first half. Gonzalez will back it off to the center circle. Savory will work around to Menego. He'll put it on the floor to his left. Stops up, pops a 3 with 7 to shoot. Missed it short the whole way. Easy board for Jones. He'll run it back up the floor. Works to his right around a screen. He'll set it to Tate. Inside Martinez with Savory right on top of him. They double Martinez. He's able to find the open man, and Baisley will put up a corner 3 that's no good. And Savory tips himself a rebound. Good rebound that time by the big man Mason Savory. The freshman out of West Ranch High School able to tip it to himself. The Cougars will go back to work with a 4-point lead inside of 4 minutes to go. Gonzalez working around a couple of screens, drives, lays it up. Offensive foul though, and again, Jose Martinez outside the restricted area drawing the offensive foul. And Gonzalez down, looks very uncomfortable right now. Gotta get some help from his teammates. Hops up and will run away like there's nothing wrong. So maybe just a little uncomfortable on the crash down. The Cougars with one too many bodies on the floor. Savory coming off, Menego coming off as they get Griffin and Alfara back in. But credit Jose Martinez. I want to say it's the 5th time today he's drawn an offensive foul. So the Cougars need to find a way to work around him in the painted area right now, as they have not been able to get those buckets on the inside. Tate stops and pops from 12, missed it long. Back the other way on an outlet pass. Here comes Arms, little Euro step, and he draws the foul. Is Damari Tate going to be called for it? It's going to get Arms to the line. Arms the best foul shooter for COC this year. Be the second on Damari Tate. You send Quincy Arms, an 82% foul shooter, to the line with 3:25 to go and a 4-point lead here in the first half. So Arms knocks down the first point of the day for Quincy Arms, who's had a tough night from the field. 0 for 4 from the floor. As Gonzalez back off, Menego back in. Arms makes them both. Cougars with a 6-point lead, their largest of the night. Golden Eagles will get Martinez off the floor. We'll get Aaron Miner into the game for the first time today. So Baisley will bring it up the floor. Baisley right now has been quiet, just 5 points. The Cougars have done a good job to pressure him as Griffin gets a takeaway. As Tate couldn't handle. Griffin driving, lays it off the glass with the left hand. First bucket of the day for Dylan Griffin. And I know we talked about Dylan in the pregame show being a guy that the Cougars need to score a little bit more. But when he plays defense like that, like he does so often, he brings so much more to the floor. It's a good layup that time, driving from Baisley to put it in. It's back to a 6-point game. Back to Dylan Griffin. The defense is why he gets himself out on the floor so much. He's able to create plays like that and was able to finish that one off by himself. Gave the Cougars an 8-point advantage at the time. Is this a turnover on Quincy Arms? Lost the basketball trying to dribble out of the screen. And just a straight turnover on COC that time. Going to be their 6th of the ball game. So with 2:35 to go, West Hills Lemoore will go back to work, trailing by 6. 34-28. Baisley 3 from the wing, no good. Elfara inside position that time against Bennett, rips down the rebound. Cougars will work back up the floor on the offensive side. Here's Menego over to Griffin. Now Elfara, out an area he doesn't usually shoot from. Instead he'll get it to Arms. Arms, bounce pass inside. Griffin works it back outside. Menego wing 3. He can knock that down, and he does. Good shot from Kaz Menego. Cougars now with their largest lead of the day, 37-28. Good inside pass that time. Bennett with a good finish. Tate, or Baisley, excuse me, showing the vision. Cuts it back to a 7-point lead. Here's Menego. That was, I think, Menego's first 3 of the season, actually. He does have that shot. He just has not been able to hit it this year. And an offensive foul going to be called against Jonah Elfara down low on the rebound. Got tied up by Daniel Bennett. And Bennett's going to draw the foul. It's going to be the first against Elfara. And it's going to put Bennett at the line for 2 as West Hills Lemoore in the plus right now. Bennett 75% from the line, the sophomore power forward out of Anchorage, Alaska. Coming all the way down to California to play some college basketball, makes the first.
Into the game for Lemoore, number 10, Ryan
Chavez back in. Bennett makes both foul shots. All of a sudden the lead back to 5 with 1:30 to go. Here in the first half, COC with the basketball is Menego running the point now for the Cougars. We'll drop it off to Quincy Arms. Arms now to Griffin. They'll continue on this perimeter weave right now, trying to find an opening. Now Arms will step into a deep 2. Missed it short. Bounced off the front of the rim, off the back of the rim, and then back down. And then it's knocked out by Delgado. And the Cougars need to pay attention. Baisley quickly back up the floor, and an offensive foul going to be called against Bennett as he ran into Menego. And a timeout going to be called by Howard Fisher here as he wants to talk about things. Not happy with the way the Cougars were a little lackadaisical coming back after the ball going out of play. Well, remember, folks, if you want to promote your business and help out COC Athletics, we can help you out. You can promote your business here at the Cougar Cage at Cougar Stadium, COC soccer facility, or right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Got plenty of options available for you. It could be a commercial here on the Cougar Sports Network, could be a banner here at the Cougar Cage. Call 661-362-3491. That's 661-362-3491. Talk to the athletics department. They can find something to help you out, as we are always looking for new sponsors. Keep the lights on here and the Cougar Sports Network so we can continue doing this for years and years to come. So we'll check back in 37-32 with 67 seconds to go here in the first half. COC out in front. Next foul on West Hills Lemoore puts COC in the plus. So both sides shooting 2 the rest of the way. So far in the game, the Cougars just 11 of 32 from the floor, 34%. 7 of 14 from 3, though. A hot 3-point shooting night here early on for COC. Counter that for West Hills Lemoore, 12 of 27 from the field, but just 4 of 12 from 3. This is the #1 3-point shooting team in the state right now. The Cougars have done a good job defending. Menego draws a foul. Bennett going to pick up another foul. As Menego that time, Cougars able to use the weave. Menego able to find a hole, and he'll get himself to the line. So Kaz Menego, the freshman out of Hollywood High School, to the line, shooting 50% from the line this year. Can try and stretch the lead back a little bit more for COC's Martinez at the table. Going to check back in for the final 53 seconds, make it 54. It's 53.9, so it might as well be 54. First of two is good from Menego. Lead back up to 6. Cougars can get it back to 7 in a low-scoring ball game. Knocks them both down. 39-32. So the Cougars were supposed to be in full court press that time, and here Coach Fisher from the sideline hollering because he was not happy the defense didn't get themselves set properly. I'll let Baisley work it over to Jones. Jones fakes, drives, stops, pops, no. Rebound came off of Bennett to one of the Cougars. A throw ahead towards Galgano. Was trying to go up to the basket, kind of got shoved in the back, but no foul called, and it's just a straight turnover on COC. As Alfara going to come off the floor, Savory going to come back in for the final 30 and a half. Baisley will run the point here. Interesting that he is with Tate on the floor, as Tate's been the high assist man on the season for West Hills Lemoore. They get it inside. Martinez tripled. Able to get a pass off towards Baisley. Wing 3, no. Galgano a rebound. Swings it ahead. Menego stops, kicks it back to Savory. 6 to work for COC. Galgano wants to drive, stops and pops. Little jumper from 20, no foul, no good. End of the first half, a 7-point lead for COC, 39-32. Cougars will take it to the break. Out in front as we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network after the College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The future is yours. So let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
The future is yours, so let College of the Canyons help you get ready, reset, and go for it. Get ready for transfer, the workforce, or take your skills to the next level. Reset your career and get back to work quickly. Go to college for $46 per unit, 0 textbook cost class options, and apply for your share of financial aid. With convenient class times, flexible on-campus or online options, and free tutoring, the future is yours at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule.
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network. Second half action here from the Cougar Cage. 39-32, COC out in front. We'll get you some of the numbers as we get a chance from that first half as West Hills Lemoore starts with the basketball. Martinez will kick it back to Tate, who will put up a three and knocks it down. For West Hills Lemoore, they were just 4 of 13 from 3 in the first half. That's their 5th three-point bucket of the ball game. And right away out of the break, they cut the lead back to 4. So the Golden Eagles, who struggled from 3, the #1 three-point shooting team in the state, knocks down their first 3 of the second half. The Cougars miss on their first 3, but Henderson back in there, muscles down Jones and puts it in, and that's just the second bucket of the day for Andrew Henderson. Cougars shot 32% in the first half, 46% from 3. Had that nice little lead as that one poked down. COC and West Hills Lemoore even on the rebound right now, 21 all for both sides. As it's been a pretty even matchup back and forth. The Cougars, though, winning the points off the bench right now, 24-4. So that's been the difference here in the ball game. As the Cougars with a 6-point lead once again, 41-35. As here's Martinez. The Cougars will bring over an extra body to double it. Martinez will swing it out towards Baisley. He'll kick it up top, three-pointer off the top of the glass, hitting the piping that kind of holds the backboard up, and it'll be a missed shot for Jones, who started the day hot. Jones, 9 points, was 3 of 3 at one point from downtown, but now just 3 of 6. He's leading the way for West Hills Lemoore. For COC, Galgano with 14 leading the way as Henderson's 3 misses the whole way off the right. And back the other way come the Golden Eagles. So Henderson kind of slow to start today, only 4 points in the ball game. And he's 0 of 3 from downtown, just 2 of 5 from the floor. As Tate will try and drive into the paint. Gets it Martinez at the foul line. He was doubled, spins away from the double, and just works his way around Quincy Arms. Martinez, very athletic. And the Cougars have not really had an answer for him inside. On the other side, Andrew Henderson able to back down Reagan, and that's where Andrew Henderson has made his living as a Cougar. Down on the inside in the painted area, he's all of a sudden got 6 points. That one poked out by Barrientos. So it'll stay a 6-point COC lead. Galgano, Henderson, Barrientos all with 2 fouls. Gonzalez with 3 fouls for COC. On the other side, Reagan with 3, Bennett with 2, and Tate with 2. Those are your players in foul trouble off each side. Here's Galgano with the basketball, Galgano. Jones with the basketball, gets it over to Martinez. Martinez waits for some help, now swings it into the corner, three-pointer. Baisley, good. And now the Golden Eagles trying to find their stroke from 3. It's a 3-point game. Cougars fast break back the other way. Little showtime that time as Barrientos able to lay it home on the pass ahead. For Barrientos, that's just his 2nd field goal of the day. He's now got 5 points. The Cougars back with a 5-point lead. Here's Tate inside Martinez. Back to Tate, three-pointer, wide open from the wing, short. Tip rebound, Alfara came over to Jones. Jones will work back to the painted area. Skip pass inside, Henderson able to take it away. Good muscle work by Andrew Henderson. The Cougars quickly ahead. Alfara, hard foul coming back by Baisley, but it'll send Alfara to the line. That's a good foul from Baisley. It's a hard foul, but not egregious on the contact, not anywhere near a flagrant, but it keeps the easy bucket from Alfara, and it'll send him to the line. The Cougars with a 5-point lead. Alfara misses the first. Jonah 2 for 3 from the line today. Just 4 points in the ball game. Cougars get Dylan Griffin back in as they take Gonzalez off the floor. Alfara misses both foul shots. So remember, we talked about Jonah Alfara this year being about a 50% foul shooter, and that's where he's at today, 2 of 4. So here's DJ Torrance working against Griffin. We'll send it over to Baisley. Three-pointer from the wing is good. It's a 2-point ball game. And a timeout called by West Hills Lemoore. Baisley knocks down another 3, and the Golden Eagles have started out hot here from 3 in the second half. They're now 6 of 17, but they've made 3 triples here in the second half. Baisley now with 13 to lead the way. We'll take a short timeout. COC, West Hills Lemoore here from the Cougar Cage.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
In the weeks, available on the men's basketball schedule at CCCAA.com.
.45-43, COC out in front. Had a little 7-point lead at halftime, but West Hills Lemoore has been hot from 3 here to start in the second half. It's back to a one-possession game. Cougars nearly turn it over. Arms and Griffin, a miscommunication that time. Luckily, Barrientos there to rescue it. He'll get it inside. Alfara catches, and then he's fouled, trying to put in the bucket down low, and the foul is going to go against Damari Tate. It's going to be the third on Damari Tate. So it's going to send Jonah Alfara to the line to shoot 2. Alfara missed his last 2, so he's 2 for 4 in the ball game. From the foul line, make it 3 for 5. Makes it a 3-point lead. Chance to make it a 2-possession game here. So we're just underway in the second half. As Alfara makes them both. So 47-43. Not even 4 minutes into this second half. Cougars in a full court trap, but West Hills Lemoore able to break it easily. And here's Baisley with the basketball to work the point. Tate with 3 fouls stays in the ball game. It's guarded by Henderson. We'll send it up to Torrance. Torrance guarded by Griffin with 8. Wants to drive, 2 big strides, and he's fouled. And I think the foul is going to go against Dylan Griffin here. No, it's going to go against Jonah Alfara. I thought maybe Griffin got him from behind, but Alfara is going to pick up his second foul. And it's going to send DJ Torrance to the line. Griffin actually going to go talk over to the official and say, hey, he kind of swung around me with his hand to get by me. Torrance wasn't ready for the basketball, bounced off and went backwards. Official kind of giving him a hard time as he'll go to the line. 73% foul shooter knocks down the first. Jones back in for West Hills Lemoore. Torrance knocks down both foul shots. So it's back to a 2-point game, 47-45, COC leading. 4 minutes gone here in the second half. Barrientos, who's been quiet today, will drop it to Arms. Arms trying to get around a couple of defenders, and he's going to draw a foul. It's going to be a reach either on Baisley or Jones. They gave it to Baisley here, so that's going to be his third. So you got Baisley with 3, Reagan with 3, and Tate with 3. Give another foul here to Jones as he fouls Henderson trying to back down. Just the first on Jones, but already the 4th foul on West Hills Lemoore here in the second half. Just 4 minutes and 15 seconds in. So Cougars, if they continue at this rate, could get to the foul line early and often here in the second half. It's already 4 fouls on West Hills Lemoore, only need 3 more against the Golden Eagles to get you to the line for 1-and-1. As here's Henderson driving, dumps it to Alfara, kicks it over Griffin. Griffin driving into the paint, stops up, sends it back. Arms 3 from straight away is good. Quincy Arms knocks it down. His first field goal of the ball game was 0 for 5 until then. And then a steal from Alfara, dumps it off Barrientos. Slowly in, fakes the pass, lays it in with the right hand. And the Cougars on a 5-0 run have a 52-45 lead. Little pass fake from Barrientos that time, able to finish it off. He's shown that before. Turnover this time on Tate, as Alfara, just fronting Martinez that time, forced the errant pass. It's going to bring Kayvon Reagan back in. So the Cougars on a 5-0 run. 52-45 the advantage. 7-point COC lead as here's Barrientos. Brings it across the timeline. Dylan with 7 points in the ball game, 3 for 5 from the floor. It's been quiet for him. Spent some time on the benches. Here's Henderson, a little fall away, banks it off the glass and good. 7-0 run for COC. A 9-point lead for the Cougars. Henderson showing some touch that time. 54-45 COC with the advantage. Tate off the screen, drives, dumps it. Reagan inside, blocked by Henderson. Out off of Henderson. Henderson was out of position that time on the drive by Reagan, but was able to get the block. So here's Galgano back into the game to take over for Quincy Arms. Reagan off the catch off the inbound. Sends it over to Baisley. He'll work to his left, 8 to shoot. Double, taken away. Dylan Griffin trying to draw a foul, instead just runs into the basket as Baisley backs off. Griffin now with, or Barrientos, excuse me, now with 9. Like I said, Griffin with the steal. It was actually Barrientos and the Cougars now with an 11-point lead, their largest of the night on a 9-0 run. Tate trying to break it, does. Good shot from Tamari Tate from about 15. Cougars quickly back the other way. Barrientos driving, counted in the foul. Barrientos now in double figures with 11, and Baisley is hurt. Went up to try and block, and he's clutching his left elbow. Medical staff for COC out to check on him. That's going to send everybody to the bench here. Not sure if maybe he just jammed it up trying to go up and block the layup attempt from Dylan Barrientos, but he is certainly uncomfortable. We're going to step away for a few moments here as he gets checked on. We'll come back in just a second here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. So we come back into the Cougar Sports Network here. Kayshawn Baisley, getting attended to by the medical staff, was holding his left elbow the whole time. He's going to go right over to the table and get checked down here. Baisley, 13 points in the ballgame today, is leading the way for West Hills Lemoore. I think he just kind of crashed down, trying to come back and make a chase down block on Barrientos, who got the lay-in. Barrientos finishes off the 3-point play. Cougars with a 12-point lead. So Barrientos now with 13 or 12 in the ball game. 5 of 7 from the floor. He's come alive in the second half. Foul going to be called against Dylan Griffin. He's not happy with the foul call. And it was the guy, the official furthest away from the basketball, making the foul call. Griffin looked like he got all ball that time, but instead it's going to send Damari Tate to the line for 2 shots here. As they say, it was a shooting foul. And Griffin has marched his way all the way down the floor to the offensive side for COC, just trying to settle himself down as he thought he had the takeaway. First of 2 from Tate is good. Second misses, so you make it an 11-point lead for COC. Their largest has been 12 so far. Barrientos, who's come alive in the second half, will get it over to Griffin. Inside Alfara, block extended, works into the paint. Little jump stop, no good. Tried with the left hand. Alfara is usually very tough to stop with that left hand, but Martinez has done a really nice job against him today. On the other side in transition, Chavez a three, air ball, too strong. Martinez, rebound, put back chance goes. And so Martinez, as the Cougars turn it over off the inbound, he's got 8 now. Then a miss from Tate. As it stays a 9-point lead, actually give Martinez 10. Cougars need to settle down just a touch, and they will. Alfara will work with the right hand this time and banks it in. Alfara's gone down to the hardwood a couple of times on that little sweep move that he likes to use. He gets up, looks no worse for the wears. It's 61-50 now, COC in front. Jones into the corner. Chavez drives baseline. Inside Martinez. Galgano fouls him as Martinez tried to stuff it with the right hand, but instead will get himself to the line for 2. First time to the line today for Jose Martinez. He's a 76% foul shooter on the year. Get it back inside a 10-point game. Keep an eye on Baisley over there, still getting checked out. I want to say it's his elbow. And Jovan Joe actually sent one of the scratches over to check on him, see if he's going to be ready at all here soon. Savory back into the game, Alfara coming off. After a couple of hard runs to the floor, he's going to have a chat with Howard Fisher and then get a break at the bench. Delay as Galgano was tying his shoes, so we'll stop and wait for the second here from Martinez, who missed the first. Second is good, so it's a 10-point game. Martinez now with 11 in the ball game. So he finds himself in double figures. So here's Henderson working off the dribble against Reagan. I don't know if that was a pass or it got swept away from him, but either way, it's a takeaway for West Hills Lemoore. But then Chavez steps on the sideline, trying to step into a 3, and the Golden Eagles turn it over right back. So the Cougars get a break after the turnover. We'll go back to work with the basketball. Just about 12 minutes to go here in the ball game. 10-point lead for COC. Barrientos will send to Savory. Savory hit a 3-pointer earlier in the ball game. Instead, he'll get it to Galgano, who was hot from 3, and he stays hot from 3. Knocks down another one. Galgano now 5 of 5 from 3 in the ball game. Give him 17 points to lead all scorers on the floor. The Cougars find themselves with a 13-point advantage. Henderson rips down an easy board. Comes back the other way. Galgano had it stolen by Chavez. Back the other way comes Tate. Offense, oh no, blocking foul. I thought he was gonna point. Instead he's gonna give the foul to Henderson. I think the official kind of got himself that time. I thought he was gonna give the offensive foul. Instead he gives the foul to Henderson. Gonna be the 3rd on Andrew Henderson. And it's gonna send Damari Tate to the line. Baisley up off the trainer's table. Discussing whether he can go back in. Griffin off, arms back in. Tate knocks down the first. Tate from the line today. 2 of 3. Make it 2 of 4. So 12-point COC lead. So here's Dylan Griffin with the basketball. Henderson straight away, 3-pointer flat. Rebound Galgano. Kicks it back, Henderson. Thought about a 3. Now we'll put it on the floor against Martinez, and he's fouled on the floor. So it'll be a baseline inbound for COC here. Henderson's just been cold today from 3, 0 for 4. That last one was 100% flat. Didn't look like it had a chance the whole way. Just something wrong on the touch. There's a catch here. Try and find it here, but that time was short. Barrientos, though, the offensive rebound, and the Cougars will go back to work on a fresh 30. 8th offensive rebound for COC in the ballgame. Barrientos slashing, stops the foul line. Jumper is good. Barrientos now with 14 in the ball game. Lead back to 14, largest of the day for COC. Here's Tate, thought about a three. Now we'll back it off, guarded by Arms. Works off the screen, Arms able to slip it. Stays with him, got it to Reagan. Reagan in around Henderson, throws it wildly off the glass, no good. Arms will pull down the rebound. Cougars will go back the other way. Lead is 14, 66-52. 10:20 to go in the ball game. Halfway through this second half. Galgano fouled by Reagan. That's going to be the fourth foul against Reagan. It's going to come 25 feet away from the basket. It's going to be the seventh foul, and it's going to put Galgano at the line for 1-and-1. So the Cougars shooting foul shots the rest of the way with 10:17 to go. COC 13 of 16 from the line today. Much better foul shooting day for the Cougars than we've seen in recent memory here at the Cougar Cage. Galgano knocks down one of two, and it's good to see Kajon Baisley coming back in, as he's going to take over for Ryan Chavez. Galgano, this is his third trip to the line today. 3 for 4 from the line. Make it 3 for 5. Misses on the second, but the lead is 15. And right back out onto the floor. Baisley will go back to work. Slips a couple of defenders, drives, lays it in, countered in the foul. We'll hope he's all right after he just crashed down. It's going to be against Savory, the foul. Baisley looks like he's all right. Still kind of, I think, worried about the left elbow a little bit, but good little drive, good little move that time. Good to see him back out on the floor. He leads West Hills Lemoore with 15 points in the ball game. Is Savory off, Alfara back in. Baisley misses the foul shot. Alfara rips down the board with a 5th rebound for Alfara in the ball game. Nobody really approaching a double-double so far today. It's been kind of an off night on one side or the other for everybody. So here's Arms, drives to the bucket, doesn't get it to go. Got his own rebound after it tipped off of Alfara and Martinez. And he'll get himself to the line, picking it up and going right back up to the rack. So Arms, who's had a tough shooting night tonight, 1 of 8 from the floor. I think maybe it'll be 1 of 9 now as it ticks ahead. Gets himself to the line to shoot 2 here as it's a shooting foul. Arms, the best foul shooter from COC this year, makes the first, is 3 for 3 from the line. He's made at least 1 field goal in his last 8, including tonight. 10 of 11 so far this year, just has had a tough shooting night. But he puts it back 69-54. 15-point advantage for COC. Baisley looks no less worse for the wear, but he turns it over on a pass inside as Henderson takes it away. Henderson gonna stop and pop a 3 that's short. Stroke has just been off tonight for Andrew Henderson, especially from downtown. You look, and he is 0 for 6 from 3 today. You got to think at some point Howard Fisher's going to tell him, stop shooting threes, drive inside. That's where you've been better today. But shooter's got to shoot out of it. It's a 3-pointer from Jones, and the corner is good. It's a 12-point advantage for COC. Jones, who was quiet after going 3 for 3 to start from downtown, now 4 for 7, has 12 points in the ballgame. Here's Barrientos. Stops, follow-away jumper from 15 is good. That is pure from Barrientos that time. Quickly back the other way. Tate gonna draw a foul on Henderson. Got Henderson in the air as he stopped up underneath the basket. It's gonna be the 6th foul on COC. It's gonna be the 4th, I believe, on Andrew Henderson. That might send Henderson to the bench. I think Griffin gonna come and get him here. And it's gonna send Tate to the line for 2. We'll see Daniel Bennett check back in as well. It's just Henderson trying to do too much coming back. Martinez going to check out, get a little spell here with 8:48 to go. Tate splits him at the line, nearly got the rebound back, but Barrientos able to come away with it. He'll send it ahead to Griffin. Griffin will slow it up. Cougars wanted him to take a 3. Griffin not going to step into that one. Instead, we'll set things up as the Cougars want to work the shot clock here. Menego into the game. We'll get it over to Griffin. Wanting to work it inside to Alfara, but it's just taken away. Good defense that time by Isaiah Jones. Here's Baisley. He'll step into a three. No good. Galgano with the board. Sends it ahead. Menego going to have to try and chase it down. Does in the corner. He'll put up a three, and it's good. Menego knocks it down. And the Cougars back with a 74-58 advantage. Make it 16, their largest, as a blocking foul going to be called against Dylan Griffin on the inside. And it's actually going to send Daniel Bennett to the line. It's actually going to be the 7th foul on COC as well. So now both teams with 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go shooting foul shots the rest of the way. So that'll slow things down just a touch. Martinez going to check back in. See who for. As Bennett makes the first, Martinez going to take off Reagan.
Jose Martinez replaces Reagan in the Lemoore line.
As Bennett makes both. Back to a 14-point lead. The Cougars have kind of kept it stretched out here. Menego. It over to Galgano. He'll put up a three. Why not? He's been hot today. Missed that one short. First miss from three for Galgano today, but a turnover by West Hills Lemoore, just trying to spring an outlet ahead. And the Cougars quickly back onto the offensive side. Will slow things up just a touch. So here's Barrientos, guarded out high by Baisley. To shoot here for Barrientos. He's very comfortable in these spots. Works one-on-one against Baisley, and a foul going to be called. And it's going to be a push against Keishon Baisley. It's going to be his 4th. So now you got Baisley with 4, and it looks like he's going to stay on the floor here. As Barrientos to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Actually, I think they'll get Baisley off, as it looks like they're going to get Reagan back in. Baisley going to go, looked like he was going to go over to the trainer's table. And actually, we've got to wait. Barrientos, that's what the delay is as well. There's some blood, I think, coming off Baisley. And it got on Barrientos' jersey, so now they got to clean off his jersey so he can shoot his foul shots. Kind of slow things down here a little bit. Hydrogen peroxide and water, that'll get it done. Something I've learned from my wife. Athletic trainer herself. Yeah, you don't need the Tide pen. Just hydrogen peroxide and water will get blood stains out of stuff. Some weird things you learn when you're around athletics. This is Barrientos to shoot 1-and-1 here. Makes the first. Dylan this year, 78% foul shooter. I don't know where everybody was going. It's 1-and-1, so they're all going to come back to the line. This Barrientos' first trip to the line today. Second of 2 rattles out. Just keep an eye on those as the game goes on, as that's kind of been COC's downfall at times this year, is the foul shooting, especially late in the ball game. But it's a 15-point lead right now. Just about 7 minutes to go. Reagan trying to take Galgano off the dribble. Gets to the baseline. Stops up underneath. Wanted to go around Barrientos, but missed. Rebound pulled down by Alfara. Outlet to Griffin will bring it ahead. Now Barrientos to work. He's got 17 today. Nice little game for Barrientos. Has been in double figures every game so far this year. He's had at least 10 points and 2 rebounds and an assist in every game, and you can add that to today as well. As Alfara swatted away by Martinez. Martinez at 6'6", just leaping up and swatting that one out. Good pass into the corner to Jones. 3 is good. It's back to a 12-point lead. Jones now, it's his 5th 3 in the ball game. He's got 15 today. 7th straight game for Jones in double figures. Or excuse me, his 7th game or his 8th game in double figures. It's not his 7th straight. He had 6 straight at one point in time. Cougars going to reset off a miss. Barrientos will take his time. Reagan guarding him. Farah will send it to Galgano. Now to Barrientos. Up top, Menego. Puts up a straightaway 3, no good. Alfara tips the rebound to himself. Working against Bennett on the inside. Will instead get it to Griffin. Now to Galgano. Back over to Griffin. So the Cougars just going to take their time and work clock here. Might as well. A couple of resets in a row off offensive rebounds. Cougars out-rebounding West Hills Lemoore on the offensive glass. 11-7 as Griffin knocks down a corner 3. You don't see it a lot from Dylan Griffin, but he knocks one down. Griffin now with 5 points in the ball game. And the Cougars a 78-63 advantage. Offensive foul called against Tate. It's going to be his 4th. Baisley going to check back in. Bennett back off the floor. So now you've got Baisley, Martinez, Tate, and Reagan all with 4 fouls for West Hills Lemoore. So now you've got 4 guys with foul trouble. If you're COC, this is where you attack. Try and get some of the good bodies off the floor and stretch the lead even further, put this game even closer to a way than maybe it is right now with a 15-point advantage. So here's Menego. Cougars taking their time, 10 to shoot. Dumps it to Alfara, elbow spins, gets to the glass, lays it in. Nice little move from Jonah Alfara. He's now in double figures. Cougars back with a 17-point advantage. 3-pointer Jones with a hand in his face is good. Jones starting to heat up here. Give him 18. Just when the Cougars thought they were going to stretch it a little bit, it's back to a 14-point advantage. Still a good lead for COC here. Take your time on the clock, but you got to hit your buckets on your possessions. So this is kind of where the Cougars have struggled as well, is putting games away when they have the opportunity to. So Farah inside, Galgano slips Reagan and lays it in. Galgano now with 19, his first bucket in a while. But that's kind of what you need from COC, just get buckets when you go down that side of the floor. There's Baisley driving, lost it. Came right to Reagan, wanted to lay it up. Alfara just altered it by standing there and rips down the board. Alfara now with 9 rebounds, approaching a double-double. He's got 10 and 9. Give him 12 and 9 as he lays it in off a good pass to the inside. And the Cougars now with an 18-point advantage as Galgano gets the assist. Again, you talk about step on the gas, put them away. The Cougars trying to do that. Leading by 18, Martinez misses. Rebound, Baisley, bucket and the foul. Galgano gonna get called for the foul and send Baisley to the line. Galgano with his 4th gonna check off. 20.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers and a steal. Martinez gonna come off as they bring Daniel Bennett in. Interesting with 3:18, Martinez with 4 fouls off the floor, maybe trying to save him for a second. See if you can kind of chip away. It's the lead now 15 for COC. It's the foul shot from Baisley, good. Inbound pass from Alfara to Barrientos, who's guarded into the corner by Baisley. Will work back to the middle of the floor, give himself some room to operate. Now Griffin drops it, Menego. Menego slips into the wing. Inside Alfara, catches. Working against Bennett. Little right hand baby hook is good. Alfara starting to heat up a little bit late here. Now he's got 14. Jones fouled on a 3 from Henderson. And that's it, that's 5 on Henderson. So that'll end his night. So Henderson just a tough night today. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, a couple of blocks, a couple of steals, and 5 fouls. So Howard Fisher going to take his time and ice out Isaiah Jones a little bit here as they're going to Quincy Arms onto the floor. So Arms back in. Jones to the line to shoot 3 here. As he was fouled on a 3. So Chance to get it back to a 14-point lead if he knocks down all three, and he rolls the first one around the rim and in. Jones a 70% foul shooter on the year. It's his second trip to the line today. Leads West Hills Lemoore now with 20 points after making the second. Third is there, so he knocks down all three. A three-pointer the hard way. And it's a 14-point advantage here. 2:45 to go. COC, again, just get buckets when you get possessions. Keep this thing at arm's reach. So here's Griffin driving. Menego, corner three on the way is good. Menego has found his stroke from three today. As Kaz Menego now with 11 in the ball game. And the Cougars back out in front, 89-72. Barrientos a takeaway. Wanted to go showtime for Menego, instead wanted to showtime for Alfara off the backboard, and that's going to make Howard Fisher upset. Not happy with that, as he's immediately got somebody off the bench in Gonzalez. Cougars get a rebound on the defensive side off the miss, and Arm's going to dribble out of it. Fisher not one for the showtime when it doesn't work. Would rather just see Barrientos put that one away. A 17-point advantage, 1:50 to go. Arms dribbling out of some trouble, gets it into the corner. Griffin three, no good. Alfara's got the double-double now as he pulls down his 10th board. So for Jonah this year, give him his third double-double of the season. 14 and 10 today. As the Cougars with a reset here can run some more clock. Menego has found his stroke today with 11 points. We'll get it to Barrientos. 10 on the shot clock. He'll dribble back to the middle of the floor, working off the Alfara screen. Dumps it back. Menego will put up a wing three. That one missed air ball. And it's a shot clock violation on COC with 1:12 to go. And a 17-point advantage. Savory coming on. Gonzalez coming on. Griffin and Alfara coming off. They were the two that were a part of the showtime, but I think the anger from Howard Fisher maybe has gone by the wayside after the couple of good rebounds from COC. Griffin going to come off as well, and they're going to check in to Sean Harold for the first time today. So the Cougars a 17-point advantage, 65 seconds to go. Tate a running layup that misses. On the floor, Bennett fighting for the basketball. Tie up on the floor, possession arrow COC, 58.8 to go, and they will have the basketball back. Of course, West Hills Lemoore, no fouls to give here as the Cougars are in the plus. West Hills Lemoore with Aaron Miner back on the floor. He's guarding Gonzalez here. So good job by COC. They get to the 80-point threshold. That's been kind of the key this year. 4-1 when they score 80 or more in a ball game, and they've done a better job defensively here today. As West Hills Lemoore under 80. It's 8 to shoot here for Gonzalez. Working off the dribble, jumps it to Savory. Now to Arms, three. Back inside Savory. It was a good pass from Arms, and he gets applause from Howard Fisher up off the bench. And so with 29.4, the shot clock will be off. West Hills Lemoore will come down the floor, but it's a nice lead for COC, 89-72, and should pick up their 6th win of the year for the Cougars. Get them back to 6-5 overall and get them set up for the Cougar Holiday Classic, which starts on the 28th here at the Cougar Cage. COC and Mount San Antonio College's Savory with a SWAT block. It's a rise from the COC bench. Look, the Cougars will open up the Cougar Holiday Classic at 2 p.m. on the 28th against Mount San Antonio College. LA Trade Tech and Orange Coast will battle at 4 o'clock. Winners will play at 4 o'clock the next day as the final rebound of the ballgame off the final miss, and the Cougars will take it 89-72. A nice little victory for COC. They get to 6-5 on the year. Sends West Hills Lemoore back up north. Long little drive with a tough loss to think about. They've lost 5 of their last 6 for the Cougars. Back-to-back wins for just the 2nd time this season. And a good setup as they get ready for the Cougar Holiday Classic. We'll see you again on Wednesday, 2 p.m. for the start. Here from the Cougar Cage. Have a good night, everybody.
And then against Mount Second.